Hello again, this is Brian McGuire at the TOMI Putting Studios. Today we're going to show you how to use the TOMI Professional Putting System, collecting and analyzing somebody's stroke. First we're going to click on Setup. We're going to set up a new user. We're going to click on New, and it's going to ask us, you sure you want to create a new database? And yes. We're going to call this one John Doe. Is that okay, John? Good. And we've got the ability to ask John a bunch of different questions, put his age, telephone number, email information. And most importantly is, how is John going to be playing golf today? Right-handed or left-handed? That's great. You're going to play right-handed today. I've got that checked, and we'll hit create. Next, I'm going to bring up the video screen. The video screen is going to give me a live feed of what John is doing. So John turned the clip on. He put the putter shaft down in front, and he's assuming the position behind the ball. And currently we've got him set up at less than 30 inches away. And now we're at 31 inches. Ideally, we like to get that at 34 inches. So now we're at 33, 34 inches, and his alignment's a little bit closed at -5 degrees. So he gets itself adjusted correctly, and now we're set up at perfectly. We're next going to click on Start, and we're going to give this, I'm going to call this one Before. I like calling stroke sets for people before and after, so we can show them the progress that they've made. I click on OK. It's going to count down, and now we're ready for John to take his first swing. There we go. Now, John, if you normally take a practice stroke, I'd like you to do that. I think it's very important that you stay in the routine, that when you're out on the course, I want to measure you exactly what you're doing out there. As soon as he comes back in, we get the shutter sound, so we're ready for the next putt. And we're all set. I'm just going to close down this video screen so that way you guys can see more of what it is he's doing in real time. He comes back in to address the ball. We get the shutter sound. And we've got his third putt. Now after 3 putts, we can see pretty clearly what he is doing. We've got the fourth one. We're all set. He's doing his practice strokes, which you can't see. Comes back in behind the ball. And now we've got the no club, which means his club is turned off. So he's just going to bend over and turn that club back on, and see how we get the numbers at the top again. Alright, we get that shutter sound, and we're all set. And as soon as you hear that sound, that says we've successfully collected 5 putts that we can now analyze what he is doing. And now in real time we see the 5 putts, and it was pretty obvious after 3 putts what John was doing here. So I'm going to talk to John offline here for a second and have him make a couple corrections to his stroke, and then we're going to capture 5 more putts to show the progress that he's made in a short period of time. Now John, here's what I want you to do. Okay, he's got that down, and I'm going to bring up that video screen again just so we can make sure that we've got himself centered, above the center line on the screen, and we're in good shape. I'm going to hit Start, and I'm going to call this one After. Going to hit OK. It's going to count down to 0, calibrate, shutter sound, and now we're all set for him to take his putt. Great, we've got the first putt done. John, you can do that practice stroke that you were doing before. Get that in there. Alright, now I want you to make a little bit more of adjustment that we talked about, okay? There we go. I'm going to close this video screen down so we can start to see the progress that he's making, okay? The first putt is the orange putt. Look at the numbers. The second putt's the blue ones. And now, John, I want you to make one more. There we go. We got the third one there. On this fourth one, which is going to be the yellow lines are going to drop in on the screen. I want you to just make a little more of that adjustment we talked about. And we've got his fourth putt. And as you can see by the numbers, the progress is being made relatively, extremely fast. And we're all set for the fifth putt. And we've captured all 5 putts. And from here we can analyze this in the next stage of the software. Again, the easiest way to compare somebody is I actually will click on the before and have John see the numbers for the first time. Alright, John, here's what you're doing before. Okay, we only took 10 strokes here. Here's your 5 strokes you were taking. Alright, notice what they look like. And if I click just on the down arrow key, I'm going to move to the after. You can see real quickly on any given measure, kind of the before, look at his alignment and address. had a tendency to align on average 1.8 degrees to the left. When I click on his after, now we're 0.7 degrees to the left. Still a little bit to the left, but on the 10-foot putt that we're measuring here, they're going in without a problem. His alignment at impact, before was way off 1.9 degrees to the right. He's still off to the right, so there's room to improve there. We're not going to fix everything at one time with somebody, but the idea is to get somebody consistent. Once they're consistent, now we can break apart each measure and dive into it a little more details.